ability for people to immersively learn South African heritage through
I would love to hear what Siboniso has to say. How does this fit into what he thinks where Umsuka is going?
Learning about your heritage in a journey perspective, whether that's
just for gamification to become just slightly more prominent would be fantastic.
Sort of reframed and framed in a shared culture between the high and the low heritage.
The size of digital design activity in the UK and the creative industries, and that points specifically to UX design and gamification.
To let it unfold, based on the research.
This is just the first phase, so we brainstorm a bit, but obviously copywriting will be a big thing.
UX research is just that. In this process, we essentially zoomed in on the different personas and wanting to look and pull as much insight as we can, so that to assist us in designing the product, the service, and the software. The UX research is broken up into 3 parts. So we do a sort of quantitative analysis, which we set up a basic survey and we set it up. And this sort of is a prelude to some of the qualitative interviews that we take up. And some of these interviews were essentially some of the major stakeholders that were identified during our workshop. And then lastly, we consolidate and sort of distill the larger document, which is the sort of desktop research, into sort of an insights and analysis presentation, which is a high-level summary. So what you'll be seeing today, Yolandi, and so in taking that problem statement that we sort of co-created last week, we've now spun it around and sort of operating from a positive. Some of the highlights from the research was to say that this digitization and digitalization is a global dialogue.
Like I said, we are going to start off. So Mac's going to take us through the site frames, which is basically a mixture between a sitemap and a wireframe, just to show you our initial thinking in the infrastructure of the platform.
So when you land on the landing page, the first thing you see will be the headline, the emote headline drawing the person in. So discover untold ways of seeing your heritage, and then you can directly explore. Then just below it, a timeline of different things that have happened.
Big part of like the early stages of any startup is about validating four core aspects. One, you want to validate the problem, that it actually is a problem. 2, the market. 3, is there buy-in? And 4, the actual product. Myself and Mike basically put this one pager together online to start testing how people would engage with just the idea.